again. Well, not again, but I want to look at the difference between the personal mix and UV mix, or personal mix and a UV mix next to our black technology and the ultra bright silver. So I'll be back. Now, I want to see this again. I got to see this again. I had to come back in when I saw how I've seen our black screens react to his screens, but I got to do this again. Here, we got to run this back. I got to dedicate this video just for this right here. So, what we're going to do in this demonstration, first things first, my name is Kenneth. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens using smart technology gain. Over here, we have the Supreme Black Ambient Light Rejection 12. And over here, we have the new Ultra Bright Ambient Light Rejection 15 technology. Now, this right here is our gray screen solution to some of the really badly, poorly made screen paints we've been seeing out there on the market, and to bring out a much better product so people don't have to be subjected to that kind of, can't even call it technology, just say it paint to begin with. All right, so over here, we have the Crow Personal Mix and UV Mix, and we're going to put them back and forth on the screen. So first things first, let me fire up the projector. My projector's already fired up. Let me put in the, where's my whatchamacallit? I need my Chrome, I need my whatchamacallit. Here it is right here. This is what I need. All right. So I got to see this again. I got the friend just texted me a few minutes ago. He said, you got to play that back again. I got to see that again. So this is what we're doing. Now keep in mind that our black screens were labeled to be so dark and unwatchable that the images came up cloudy and dirty. So we're going to take his personal mix. We're going to stick it over here on this screen right here, along with the UV mix, and then we're going to do vice versa. We're going to switch them back and forth to this one, to this one. So, first things first, let me go grab me a demonstration real quick so we can get a farther look into this. Because one thing I love to do is I love for people, when people go out and they try to slander my work and try to say that it's dirty, it's this, it's that, and the other, you know, I like to prove them wrong. That's one of the things I love to do. Whether people like it or not, I love proving them wrong. So let me go in here and get this video of my product claiming to be so dark. And we're going to pause it on that video right there and play it back. I want to see. And if anybody claiming to have a product that's supposed to be equal to mine, I'm going to challenge you on it. So you can see exactly what you're getting. And keep in mind, this is not pre-recorded. We do all this live. Everything is done live. So you can see exactly what you're getting. Now, let's go back here and pull this video up so you can see this for yourself. How our product was supposed to be portrayed. Here we go, found it. All right, bring you over here for a minute. I want you to watch this first before we actually start doing the demonstration, so you can see how this product, my product, is supposed to be coming up. All right. Now that right there is our solution right there to obsoleting, I'm not saying all gray screen paints, but certain ones that do need to go because they have been doing things that they shouldn't have been doing, as in selling a product that basically was a household everyday paint and trying to pass it off as a high-tech screen paint, which it wasn't. Then basically when it found out guilty, they went in and deleted the actual video so no one could see it. But we have that video already dubbed and copied, so we have it in one of our demonstrations so you can see it for yourself on what you're getting. And I'll post all the information there. I'm also going to post the fellow who basically was upset by him because he basically said he did a very low fake demonstration against a screen paint company, or not screen paint, a projection screen company. And the guy basically bought the product himself and did the demonstration. He figured out how Crow faked the demonstration. So I'll post at the bottom also. All right, so we're going to come in here. This is one of the demonstrations where he called me a racial slur. He called me Cocoa Bird. My friend was like, okay, so he's racist. Oh, he might be. Call somebody Cocoa Bird because I'm black. But let's move on. People are going to be like that. They're going to be like that. All right, so this is supposed to be his product right here that he's displaying on the white skin tones. And let's bring it down. Now I'll mute the voice. I don't know for it to play. This is supposed to be his product right here. Now we're going to go in, showing off his projector. This is supposed to be how dark our product comes up. It's interesting because on our gray screen, your UV mix comes up just like this on our UV mix, our gray screen. Our new great technology, your screen comes up just like this. And I can actually blend your other screen with no problem. And this is how he portrays what our product is supposed to look like. All right, so we're going to take his personal mix. We're going to put it on our black screen using it on the same skin tone to see if it comes up that dark. All right, and you got a good look at that? All right, now let's come over here. We got the video playing over here. I'm going to show you. Now this is our gray screen. He put our black screen, it's supposed to be our black screen, but it's black paint, we can tell. He put it against his gray screen, or gray part of his gray screen, and some of the white wall to show that his product could pull up a much brighter image. And this is how you out a fake. All right, so let's grab. Come out here real quick. Now this right here, I'll pause this for a minute. This is our gray technology. This is our gray technology versus his lighter gray screen paint, which is the personal mix, and also versus in his 2.0, which is supposed to, not 2.0, his UV mix, which is his dark mix. And I'll show you the color of my screen versus his. I have a gray screen, as you can see. Now, let's begin. Go back a little farther. I think that video is right there. We want to get that face. Let me bring you guys a little closer up here. Excuse me, I got my charger plugged in. All right, so let's begin. Now, as you can see, the UV mix is picking up too heavy of a contrast because the colors are coming up darker, where the personal mix is fading out when it comes to contrast. There you go. So keep in mind the color of his personal mix compared to our new technology. This is our new gray technology we're developing. Our gray technology is darker and yet pulls a white level high enough to blend into his screen, but turn his UV mix dark. Isn't that interesting? This is the screen paint that's going to put it into his product altogether. To show you how advanced this stuff is. This is the new gray technology we're working on. It's at 1%, 1 or 2%, as I said before. It's nowhere near completion. And already, this is what it's done to his product already. It can pull an extremely high white level to blend into a screen that is much lighter than it. So that's our gray technology, right? Alone. So you can see how his UV mix comes up. It comes up dark. Look at the screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually come over here now. We're going to move our projector over to the black screen. Now, 12s have the ability to pull extreme high white levels, which allows the screen for the image not to come up dirty. Now, if I stand correct here, and some people are going to think about this, if his personal mix should make our being this light, should make our black screens produce a dirty skin tone just like this. Isn't it interesting that this looks the exact same way in this video that he just displayed that's supposed to be our paint, but his UV mix comes up looking like this on our gray screens. Now, if we take this and we put this over here on here, do you think if we did the same skin tone, would we have a skin tone that looks like that? So let's see what happens. Oh, you didn't know 12s could produce images that bright. They can. 12s are coated. They're not everyday house paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these two first. UV mix. And then the personal mix. Let's see if they can make my screen look as dark as you saw the UV mix on our other screen. So let's see what happens. No, it doesn't. See, I told you when it comes to 12s that, yeah, contrast level, white levels may be a little low, but nothing that's going to make the screen so dark that you can't watch it. So if you notice that on our black screens where we took the personal mix and laid it against our screen, same thing, came up looking nothing like in the video demonstration that he just displayed. But yet on our gray technology over here, we were able to show a dark, dirty image of the UV mix and completely blend into that screen altogether. And this screen looked exactly like on the video that we just displayed on our gray screens. Now, keep in mind that this is a live demonstration. Watch my hand snap in real time. This is being recorded in real time. There's no way for me to fake or any of these demonstrations whatsoever. It's in real time. And you're watching a 12 produce a high enough white level where it is blending in. I actually blended into his right here, one screen here, but it's not producing an image that's supposed to be so dark as you saw in the demonstration over here, which continue to play on, which shouldn't have. Hold on for a minute. There we go. Let's go back here. Mouse is having some temperamental issues. There we go. Let's come back here. There we go. Let's bring it down. So this is supposed to be my product here. Interesting. And this is supposed to be matched against his beige wall. So this is a fellow who's been doing these slander and fake demonstrations against our technology. Like I said, we're going to put an end to it once and for all. You see that technology sitting over there, that gray screen over there? That's the screen that's going to actually obsolete everything he has. Now, see, like I said, I was happy in my own backyard developing black screen paints and minding my own business. And he does demonstrations like this against us constantly all the time, trying to tarnish our company's name. So now you got my attention on a different level, which means now I can go into my lab and I can develop a technology. Keep in mind, I can develop anything I want at will. If God blesses me to be able to develop it, I have that ability. So you're messing around with somebody who has the ability to be able to change and design screen paints on a level that you could never understand. And that's the person you're going to basically tick off. So I can come in here and easily make a product to obsolete everything you have, which I did. At 1% done. The screen is only a screen was made 2 days ago. That was it. It's not even at full capacity yet. 12s are at full capacity. They've been tested, they run through the ringer. This screen is at its early beginning stage, and it's already blowing your screen clean out of the water. So that's what I designed it for. I designed it to obsolete your technology, or not technology, your house paint. That's what it's designed to do. There you go. You know why the screen's not picking up an image? Because it has no contrast. I explain to people, even in white levels, you have contrast. If your screen can't pick it up next to a screen that's jet black, that's designed to pull a heavy contrast, your screen's going to wash out. As you see, the screen looks faded. This is giving you a much better image, even though it's a UV mix. So let me show you something here. Let's find that remote control. Let me just put it in. See how you pick no contrast level up at all? Not even there. And I'm pretty sure he got a real copy of our stuff over there, realized how good it was, and realized he had to go in and tamper with the product. Because that's your personal mix and that's your UV mix right there. See where the Samsung logo comes up? Your UV mix can't even pull a proper contrast. Not next to a black screen. Start the demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I think that the best thing that we did was meet each other through Bumble and online. Buzz, there's a new bee in the hive, and I'm like, oh man, we.
I don't know what that is, but that's creepers on the well. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Here we go. Your UV mix nowhere in the world would have ever came close to a 12 in contrast. Because the 12 is jet black, that's why. Your personal mix would have never came close to a 12. That'd be virtually impossible. And if you notice when we showed the woman's face, the skin tones, the 12 was able to produce a high enough level to be able to show an image that was beautiful and not overwhelming where the image was so dark that you couldn't see it, as he displayed in the video. And that's what he's been doing for the longest time. He's been painting pictures and tampering with people's products, not just me, there's a few other people he's been tampering with their stuff too, and doing these slandered demonstrations to make his product look good. Now there's a fellow, which I'm gonna post a link to, who basically busted crow on basically doing a demonstration against a projection screen that he falsified the demonstration. And in that demonstration, he clearly calls him a liar and a thief. And that's what he calls him. He says, because you will do anything to downgrade anybody else's product to make your stuff look good. And we have a demonstration of him making paint, making house paint, and then having it match to stuff he's selling. He pulled the video. The video is gone. It's not there anymore. So let's come back here for a minute and let's show you what our gray technology is going to, how it's going to obsolete your technology. Well, I can't call it technology. It's house paint. We're going to stop when we get to the woman's face. So I'm going to project it on this screen over here next. Okay, so check this out, Crow. Now we're going to take it off this one, and we're going to put it on the technology that I strictly designed to obsolete your product. That's what it's designed for. I told you, I don't deal with gray screens, but since you want to challenge me at that level, I told you, I'll design one and I'll blow yourself out of the water with it. Wasn't joking. This is what you have to deal with now. We'll put both of them up there at the same time. As you can see by looking at my screen is much darker than his personal mix, as you can see. And in his demonstration, which he did against my product, he basically put my product against a white surface. Well, it wasn't my product, it was black paint, because we could tell. It should have came up looking exactly like the demonstration we had here, but it didn't. It came up too dark, which we know he was tampering with it. So now this is what your product looks like next to our gray technology. This is designed to obsolete everything you have. As you notice, your personal mix is gone. It's not even there anymore. And my is darker than your screen. And it can produce a white level so high that, boom, your screen's gone. And then it can turn your UV mix into a black spot. Which is interesting because I took your lightest gray screen paint and I stuck it against my black screen. And it did not turn my screen into this. It was able to blend that screen and basically produce a high enough white level to maintain its image and produce a nice, beautiful color, or white level, or skin tone. But the interesting thing about it is, against my gray technology, which I like to develop, my gray technology turned your screen into a black spot that looks exactly like what you have in the demonstration, which you try to portray my screen to be. And it took your personal mix and made it disappear. So let's watch the demonstration on that. When this screen reaches 100%, like I said, only 2% done, that's it. When it reaches 100%, anything you make, anything, it's going to obsolete it. This stuff is future-proof, and I'll tell you why it's future-proof. I took the lightest product that you have, which is your personal mix. It can blend your personal mix and make it disappear. It can blend right into it. If you make any shade darker than that personal mix, it'll come out looking like that. So if you make anything darker, the screen's going to take it, it's going to turn it dark. And if you make anything too light, then the screen's going to blend it in and be able to do it at a darker shade. And not only can you do it at a darker shade, but because my screen's darker than yours, I can pull a better contrast level and I can pull deeper and richer colors, which your personal mix can't do. But it can produce a high enough white level where any dark screen you put against it automatically is going to come out looking dirty. Yeah, that's your nightmare right there. That was designed for you. That is going to obsolete your stuff. So let's go back to the beginning. Like I said, if you mind your own business, you did fair demonstrations, all right, but you didn't do that. See how your UV mix is pulling such a dirty contrast level that the colors are coming out dirty. Your personal mix can't pick up contrast levels. See that right there on the court? You see how your screen right here is faded and can't pick up blue because it doesn't have enough contrast level. And your screen right here has too much contrast level and it's actually bringing the image up dirty because your screen can't read a white code. It can't read any kind of code because it's house paint. Well, if you notice that if you took this screen and put it against my screen can pull up a bright, beautiful image enough to fade your screen with no problem and able to blend into the other one with no problem whatsoever. My screen does not come out looking dark and dirty at all, period. Whether it be black or whether it be gray. Because our technology has code in it. It's called technology, not everyday Home Depot or Lowe's house paint. See how dirty the trophy comes out? It's supposed to be shiny and beautiful. Look how dirty it comes up. Because your paint can't pull a white level. It's like I said, it is what it is. It's house paint. And then look at your UV mix. Now UV mix with personal mix. It's faded. That's dirty your product looks next to my technology, my gray technology. I told you I can develop a gray technology far more advanced than what you have. And I could blow out all your screens in one hit. I told you that. I could do it. And I was willing to basically not, I was going to stick to my dark technology, but nope. You just had to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So now you got a technology now that's designed to obsolete you on every level. The only thing you have left is you basically tried to design a screen that's all white. And I wouldn't do it against this technology or anyone around here because you know they do the white screens automatically from the door. That's all you left. Frankenstein? Nah, it's not going to work. None of them are going to work. Like I said, anything that comes in slightly darker than that screen or even whiter than that screen is going to fail on contrast levels and it'll blend into its white levels. Let me show you something more interesting. Snowstorm 4K.
In Upper Darby, there's a winter storm warning in effect Wednesday.
Oh, I forgot I can do that right here.
Tonight.
Snowstorm. Oh, wait, no. Should I do that? Cancel. Snowstorm 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
I love these things. You can do so much with them, but I keep forgetting half the stuff you can do. Now, we're going to do a snowstorm right now. All white level. Mind you, my screen is darker than yours. All right? You can already see the nightmare coming. Let's bring it up so you can see what you got yourself into. There you go. That's why it's called an ultra bright. The name stands for something. When I develop technology, the name actually stands for something. It's not some fake name like Cinema Mix or HG Mix or whatever crap you make. I'm not saying sorry about that. Excuse my French. That was wrong to say. Whatever stuff you make over there. My stuff has a purpose. If it's called a 12, that's why it's called a 12. The black, because these screens are black. Black silvers has a name because the way the screens are, it's a darker form of gray. The platinum eclipse, yeah, they all have names. Blue, the screen is freaking blue. And then the screen's called an ultra bright. The reason why it got its name because it can produce an insane white level. So I can produce a white level this high on this screen. What hope do you have of ever developing screen paint ever again? It was designed to give you no options whatsoever. Here, I have something from the show. I'm going to blend your screen right now. Not the other one. Oh, wait. I forgot to show you one thing too. You know, this paint does come with a darker option to it, right? There's a dark version of it. Let's show you the darker version in snow. This is the darker version of the technology, which is going to be a free option in our website for our customers who desire to have a darker or more contrast tone to the screen. Oops, you have to stay there. Thank you. All right, so I'll stand in front of my projector so you can see the difference between that color and the other screen. There you go. It's the darker screen, that's already there. Boom. See what we get. You should have a better chance of producing a much higher white level because this screen is a little darker than yours, so I will give you a little bit of credit on this if you're able to achieve it. Which you should be able to do. Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. You can't achieve it. Like I said, they were both designed to destroy your products. So now we have a screen. Let me show you how darker that one is than yours. So it's darker than the other screen that basically blended your screen, and it's darker. And this screen right here, this technology, we don't have a name for it, which was developed less than an hour ago. Probably about 2 or 3 hours ago it was developed. There you go. All right, just so you know, much like the blue, it will be buried in a ton of legal paperwork. A ton of it. It'll be copyrights, trademark secrets, all that stuff will be buried in paper. Not for you, but for big companies that want to come out and try to reverse engineer our technology or buy our technology. But keep in mind, they don't buy your stuff unless you can show that you own it first. So that's why all the paperwork's being done, because keep in mind, I've done business with companies before, and the first thing they'll ask is, let me see your documents and your paperwork. I want to see your patent or patent trademark or your patent provisions and see exactly if you own this or not. That's what they want to see. That's why it's not on the market, because all that paperwork's being done. So if a company comes along and says, hey, we want to buy this, we have to show them that information. So they have to buy the rights to my patent. Now with this technology right here, with it being so bright, do you have any idea how this stuff is going to be utilized for churches and schools and auditoriums? Because the screen produces such an amazing high white level, doing spreadsheets and scripture and everything you need to pull high white level, this technology has the ability to do. Yeah, I know about that stuff. I've sold a few things to companies, and the first thing they will request your documents. And also, too, before you request that down the line, you'll sign an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement. Before they even give you a contract or whatever, they'll give you that piece of paper which you'll sign, and you go in the room with those parties, and they will test your stuff. Not in that dark environment that you put your stuff in. No, they will test your stuff. That's why our tests are brutal. Because I test my technology outside when it comes to ambient light projection. So when I went to a facility over in California, and the fellow said, oh yeah, we're going to use this freaking 7,000 lumen projector, and we're using it for the environment, I started laughing. You couldn't figure out what I was laughing about. I was laughing because we do this at 8 and 9 at 20 feet back. We do these demonstrations outside on 1,000 lumen projectors. So when you test your technology outside, and your screens can perform on that level, what do you think a 7,000 lumen projector inside is going to do if it hits my screen? So they're used to using that stuff that's not tested properly. So they're used to seeing screens wash out, fail, and all other nonsense, can't pull up angle gain. But you're talking to somebody who basically runs this stuff through the ringer. So yeah, and he sit there and tell me, yeah, we're going to use 7,000 lumen JVC projector. We're going to hit your screen with this, and it's fully lit environment, trying to make it sound like a threat. I'm like, oh, go ahead, knock yourself out. Let's see what happens. And that screen will boom, blow up right in that room. 7,000 lumens hitting my screen. And these screens are using outdated, crappy projectors. That's why I use these old relic projectors, because they bring in that high-tech projector and hit my screen with that. Oh, come on, really? Yeah. By the time that man sees that screen blow up and he can walk around that screen and see from angle to angle to angle, oh, why don't you just, and basically I'll beckon him, take it outside. Now, I know what 7,000 lumens is going to look like on my screen outside. Go ahead and take it outside. I'll take it out there too. Okay, whatever. Boom, blows up again. Because I'm used to testing my stuff. I don't cut corners. And by the end of the day, I got a contract. That's why when people tease me about using old relic and old beat up projectors, that's why. Because I know what they have in their shop. They've got the top of the line projectors. Now, my stuff can run on this stuff, man. It can run on their stuff easily. That's the reason why I can have your stuff down here right now, and I can do this to it. So if I can do this to your stuff, what do you think will happen if you bring it down to one of their facilities and they test it out? It ain't going to last long in there. Even if I put 7,000 lumens on your screen, you still wouldn't be able to pull up a proper contrast level. Let's change that real quick. What do we got? Are they still up there? No, they're gone. I forgot I took them off. Did I take them off? Yeah, I did take them off. I wanted to do something else. Let's take your personal mix here, because that's your lightest screen. We already know that the dark screen's automatically going to become dark. It's not going to be to pull up a proper image. So we'll take your personal mix and we'll make that disappear right now. So you see, again, my screen is darker. We're going to make his screen disappear. So let's pull up some pretty flowers or whatever you want to pull up. Let me see. Let's clear this. And let's pull up the skin tones are coming up a bit though. That's not good. It means my screen's overpowering your screen. Now, if we were the same color, our screens were both the same color, now you can argue with something, but my screen's not the same color as yours. My screen's darker than yours. Since you're supposed to be in the top field of gray screens, I'm going to show you how it's done. Then I'm going to obsolete all your stuff. It's not well, I guess it is personal. And then all you are going to see exactly how gray screens are supposed to perform. We're going to do all the demonstrations, all the tests, everything you should be seeing before you put money on a screen paint. You have to see all these tests. They have to be done. That's why I can throw that black screen over there and I can put your screens up there and my screens don't turn dark. My screen maintains a beautiful white level because I had to do the test. So now you can see he's been taking all the demonstrations. He's been making black and white paint and selling it to you for $100 or so. Remember, Crow, the screen is only between 1 and 2% done. It hasn't even begun testing yet. And it's already matched your screen already. So what happens when it reaches 100%? He'll try to say, but my screen is matching his screen, so it makes it just as good. Not when my screen is darker than yours. It doesn't. No. Not when my screen is darker than yours. Yep, lights out. Lights out. That's the end of it. Should have stayed in your own lane. What do you think I first started doing? My first development in screen paint was gray. So I just took my own knowledge of what I used to do back in the day and integrated it with the new technology we have now. I dropped that code in it. Oh, I forgot to add real quick too. The screen paint is front and rear technology too, which means you can spray this on plexiglass and it becomes rear projection. Kind of forgot to add that in there. That's why I said there's only about 3 options you can go with when it comes to having a projection screen set up. Thank you so much. You can have the overpriced screens of $4,000 and $5,000 and $6,000 and $7,000 projection screens. You can go with these hobbyists that don't want to do their demonstrations right, don't want to do them properly or thoroughly, or going to scan you and give you black and white paint. Or you can deal with our company, which is going to give you the best quality we can possibly give you. And that's the reason why I test my screens against certified screens, because if my screen is beating a $5,000 projection screen at 100 inches, just think how much more advanced my screens are, consider the fact that they're ultra short throw compatible. You can take them outside. Let me see you take a black diamond outside and see what happens. Oh, from the UK? Hey, we can ship to you now. Yep, we can ship to the UK. We are now shipping all over the world for free. Before we couldn't, because there were restrictions in there. This right here, if you're wondering, this is called the Ultra Bright. This is technology we got launching pretty soon, but I have to go through some real serious paperwork, and after that, we're going to put it up for pre-order. But it'll be available all over the world for free shipping. Yep. And show you the white levels on our technology. Now I'm going to pause it here. And put it on our black technology. Made a screen with plastic. Hey, okay, I have made a screen first with acrylic or plastic order. Actually, you can make it any surface you want. Actually, we have a screen around here. It was made out of a bed sheet. We did that, a bed sheet projection screen. Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good on the time. Actually, this stuff launches around February the 7th. So February the 7th, this stuff is going to launch. So yeah, you're good. As long as you get a pre-order in, you're good. Yeah, you're good. We ship it right over to the UK for free. There we are. Now we're going to do the remote control. There's the black technology. But it never stays. And right there is a UV mix right there. Completely blended the screen. 120-inch screen, 1 quart. 1 quart pays up to 100-inch to 120-inch screen. As I said before, 1 quart. I don't know how, or is it 1 pint? Am I saying it correctly? Like 1 pint? Actually, I think in 2022, I'm going to be doing some traveling. I'm coming to England. I'm definitely coming to England. Me and a group of friends are actually going down. We're going to do some traveling. Because usually when I go to countries, I check out the museums, the food, the whole 9 yards, everything. I like to go to the best restaurants, or those restaurants you find in the cut, those mom and pops. That's food that's made with the heart. I just don't know. That's a good food. Good food. Those are the places that when people come down, they got a little money on them, they skip them restaurants because they don't want to be in there. Those are the restaurants I'll be tracking down. Those are the ones I go to. But that's when the food is made from the heart. It's like a family setting in there. That's why I go to places like that. I told people, when I had the Eagles game, I don't do the skybox. I do the freaking crowd. That's where I'm at. Okay. You got to go to a site, because usually when I do 100, well, it depends on the projector, because my screen's 126 inch and my projector sits back 18 feet, but they're different. different area. But what you want to do is you want to go to projectorcentral.com. When this video is over, I'm going to put a link where you can go to projectorcentral.com, and you can go there and you can type in your projector's model number, and it'll bring you to a matter of fact, let me do it right now so I can show you how to do it. I'll help you with this. Right, so this is where you want to go when you are setting up your projector or building your screen. This will help you out big time, trust me. This is how I do. People will have like weird screen sizes. Like some people have like 123 or 124. This is a screen you can't buy in a store, so you have to build it yourself. So this is where you want to go to. I'm going to show you the site. This is going to help you out big time, my friend. And I'll put the link so you can go to yourself and check it out, okay? Projectorcentral.com. So this is where you want to go to. It's called projectorcentral.com, right? And you want to click on that, right? Now, once you're in there, right up in here, and this, let me see, right there, you see the magnifying glass here, the search bar. Blow this up a little better. All right, there, we got the search bar right there. You just put in your projector model number. So we're just going to put in, only one I know is the, well, I can put in the Sony BPL FH. All right, that's the one I'm gonna put in, right? Then all you got to do is hit to search it out. What it's going to do is going to bring you to a link page. A bunch of links are going to pop up. Yep, there you go. So it's going to bring you down, like where my projector I just punched in. It's going to bring me down to a bunch of links at the bottom. What you want to look for in your link, you want to look for something that says projection screen calculator distance. That's what you want to hit on there. All right, now that's going to bring you to this little virtual room right here with your projector. That's your projector. You will have the size of your screen right here, or say like, say if your screen is not, you don't want to do 1610, say you're doing a customized 235.1. So you click on there, and at the bottom you hit custom right there, and it'll bring you to this menu right here, and this is where you can put in your custom at. Okay. To 35.1 right there, and then you click on OK right here. Now once that's done, that will give you the size screen you're going to need. So say if you got 10 feet, measure how far you got back. So you got 10 feet in your environment. So what you want to do is right here on the projector, you want to come over here. I should have my mouse pad up here because I can't roll this with my mouse pad. There we go. So where it says right here, you got to bring it to 10 feet, right? Just bring it down. You have 10 feet in your environment for your projection screen. All right, we'll bring it at, so you got 10 feet 6 inches. All right, so now you got the size of your screen. Your size is the exact size of the screen that you need for having that particular projector at 10 feet 6 inches, which means we'll have a 79-inch screen across. This is diagonally across here. This will give you the length, the width of your screen, and this will give you the height of the screen. And that's it. That's where you got to go. And that's how you find out. That's the best way to do it. If you're building it or designing it, or basically if you're going to be buying a projection screen, at least you know how far you got to put it back, because you do not want to make the mistake. I had a customer who bought a projector, and he basically had the whole entire theater room set up. I mean, it was gorgeous. He didn't do the measurements properly, and he wanted the projector to fit all the way in the back in a little box. Yeah, you're welcome. In a little box, like a real movie theater room. Because you go into a theater room, the projector is not supposed to be in the center. It's supposed to be in the back in a little box. Like you're really going to set it up on that level, on that high-tech level, where you got the seats and you got the concession stand, and that's what he had set up like that. But the problem was that the screen, the wall was too small to meet the distance of the projector. That was the problem. So you don't want to use ultra short throw. So the only option he had was basically they had to tear out the entire screen, tear out the entire wall, and they actually had to put a sheet of plexiglass behind there, coated with the black technology, and put the ultra short throw behind the back of the screen. That's how they did it. Because he had distance. He had distance for a massive size screen. He just didn't have a big enough wall to fit the distance of the screen. And that's where the problem came in at. So I told him the best thing to do, and it's a lot of work, but he had to rip that whole wall out, and they put in a nice piece of plexiglass with a beautiful frame around it and everything, put it behind the wall, coated with the black technology, and stuck a projector behind it and used it that way. So that's why you want to make sure you do all your measurements first before you go down the road just estimating and building. All right, let's come out of here. Finish our video. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. And the reason why your screen is fading out so fast, because it's a black screen. Black screen is saturating everything in contrast. So if your screen is not dark enough, it is going to wash out. Shoot, I'm about to be, I still haven't even got my freaking Dreamcast game shit, man. No problem, no problem. Just want to make sure you get it right and that you're good to go. No problem. Happy to help out. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, he got the real deal over there one way or another. I think what happened was he saw it and he figured that he couldn't let that screen be displayed the way it was supposed to be displayed, and that's why he mixed it with that black. That's why our image came up so dirty, because he had to tamper with it. He had to make his image look good, and that's a shame. People got to go down that route. I don't tamper with his product at all over here. When we get over here, we do the demonstrations. You know, that's what we do. No need for me to tamper and taint your product. Trying to keep things fair and do things by the book. But when you do demonstrations like that, I can easily come in. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, why would you even do that to begin with? Because you do know that I'm going to come in with a live demonstration. I designed the technology. I'm going to do a demonstration against your own stuff. So you really thought you were going to get away with it? So here's our great technology. This is the screen that was, this is the technology we're developing to obsolete screens. So we'll take the same product. And it's personal mix. So this is what happens when we put his personal mix and his UV mix against our technology in gray screens. And just to show you how much darker my technology is to his, especially that personal mix. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Like I said, take your time. You know what I mean? You don't need to buy the screen paint right away. Take your time. Do your research, find out what you want, how you want to design, how you want to set it up. You know, take your time. I understand that. That's why I do a lot of live demonstrations on our technology. That's another reason why. It's to show people exactly what they're getting. Why we do these crazy tests and insane demonstrations, to show people exactly how our stuff measures up to everybody else. Because like I said, it's a big decision, especially when it comes down to the screen. It's an extremely big decision, because that screen makes a difference whether or not if your screen's gonna look great or it's gonna look like trash. This is why I got the name Ultra Bright, because this screen, like I said, is much darker than this personal mix, and it's able to pull a white level high enough to be able to blend right into it. And it can take this UV mix and turn it dark. And like I said, interesting theory, because it's a gray screen, and his UV mix looks exactly like the paint he tried to portray to be our product. But when I put this on my black screens pull amazing white images. Well, the new technology will be available. Actually, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm up early in the morning doing some work. Let's face about it. I got orders to process on Thursday. Oh man. Thursday's gonna be, sorry about the yawning. Thursday's gonna be a crazy day, because Thursday's my process day. I gotta process orders like crazy on Thursday. I'm not doing that one. I gotta get this over on here. Here we go. I want this one. That's the one I want. All right, now you're doing a demonstration talking about keeping it real. No, buddy, this is real. This is about as real as it can get. It's real time. We're recording this in real time, live. Yep, in real time. Everybody can see it at the same time. What's happening? Now I'm posting some links at the bottom. One of those links, you will see a demonstration of him making the product. Same product to be matched to a personal mix, but no problem whatsoever. You also will see a link in there from the fellow who basically complained about how he faked the demonstration with one of the projection screen samples that he actually had. She owns the screen. See what I mean by too much oversaturation of a contrast level? That's why the red came up that dirty. There's too much in it. Nope, don't need it. He's going to try to live the best way he can. He is, but you can't get around a live demonstration. Can't get around it. And that's why I said, if you go to try to find that video he deleted, yeah, that video where he got caught making the paint and showing you how to make it. Like I said, if it didn't match any of his stuff, there'd be no reason to delete the video. But you can't find it. The video was deleted. It was deleted because you got something to hide. Boom. There you are. There's my technology. You want to go, like I said, he's always talking about white levels, white levels, levels. I said, no problem. What we'll do is we'll develop a screen paint that'll be darker than his product, but it'll pull up a white level that'll make his screen disappear. You see how much darker mine is to his? Look at that. I'll show you something even more crazy. This is the darker version of the technology. There's a dark version of it. This is the darker version of it. This is showing the level that he has to deal with. That's the darker version of it. Let me show you how dark that one is. That one's actually, give me something to cover that up because it's pushing through my hands. That one's darker than the original version. Look at that. There. See how your dark mix goes against dark formula. See how it comes up. So this one's going to be a free option for those of you who just want a little bit more contrast on your screen. That's what that's going to be designed for. Oh, just because it's darker doesn't mean it has that white coat in it to pull a higher white level. Yep. Starfield demonstration. Nope, correctly. Star field demonstration.
For that.
We got to go through this.
Field of Nightmares rating.
Cancel.
Did you mean field of?
Cancel.
All right.
Let me see. And you notice how you say cancel and she still keeps talking? Yeah, it's weird. Let me see. Starfield screensaver.
I found a few matches for that. Did you mean screensaver? All in one?
Yes.
Here's what I found.
Starfield screensaver YouTube.
Here's YouTube.
Oh God, I hate this freaking. The voice drives me crazy. For some reason, like, all right, let me just put this in a way where she can word it, where she can understand, because I don't know how much clearer I could possibly get. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Hmm. Now that's to show you that the darker screen can pull a contrast level. The color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
And it will pull a deeper color because it's slightly darker. But you see how the UV mix came up? It came out dirty. So you thought because it pulled a heavier contrast, no, that's bad. See, it's vice versa. When you're dealing with a black screen and the black screen pulls too high of a contrast level, that's a bad thing. That means bottom line, the contrast levels are too high, and that means the image is going to come out dark and dirty. Now, in a white screens are different. If you're doing a white screen or gray screen or whatever, if they pull too high of a white level, that means the colors are going to wash out when it comes to going against red, blues, and greens. See, that's how it works. And that's why his product is coming out dirty like that. Because the contrast level is too high. And not only is the contrast level too high, is because house paint can't read any form of code or anything proper from the projector. It's house paint. Do you understand? If it was basically, if house paint could do all the things that the big boy screens could do, there'd be no point in you going out. None of these companies would exist. You just go to Home Depot and just on your wall and you're done. But there's a science behind it. That's why. There's a science behind it. And that's why his image is coming up dark like that. See? Too high of a contrast level. Not enough of a contrast level. So white levels are high here, but they're going to cause the screen to fade out because there's no contrast. And over here, the contrast levels are too high where the white levels are too low. It has to be a balance. That's why when you look at the black screens can pull up both because they can read code, number one, and number two, they have a balance. Let's go to an even harder one. Let's go to okay, this is a good one. This is a good example. We're going to get color and contrast all at the same time. See how the colors are coming up dirty? Contrast level is too high. And if he adjusts it, no matter how much he adjusts it, doesn't make a difference. This chemical is clouded. King of the Monsters? Oh, the Godzilla? I was playing that. I was playing it on a 135-inch black screen upstairs in my gaming room, and I got hit with a copyright strike for that sucker. Yep. I had to pull the video. Now, if you're talking about contrast, if you're a contrast screen, you want them black levels, this is the screen you go near, the 12s. 12s are designed for that. They're designed for that heavy contrast levels. I got a gaming screen upstairs, 135-inch gaming screen upstairs that's black, and I got a 92-inch motorized screen that's black upstairs. They were designed for it. Each screen has its own capabilities. Now, when it comes to the ultra brights, they were designed to be extremely high bright screens, but also to the contrast level, it's fair, where it's not going to fade out or wash out. You're going to have a nice image, but the colors are made to actually produce a very extremely high white level. Some people like them ultra brights. You see one screen, can't pull the contrast. Nope, can't put in the trailer. Because you do all this hard work and do a video demonstration and boom, you'll be like, nope, nope, nope. Certain movies will let you do it and certain movies won't. I ain't trying to push that envelope today. Or did it already? Didn't work out too well. They hit it real hard. They were like, nope, 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 got to take this down. I was like, no problem, fine. No. Why would it not look good? You see the stuff we develop over here? Look, man, all you have to do is just go back and check out any one of my demonstrations. I got a demonstration of me showing Star Wars outside at 21 feet back at 6 o'clock in the evening. Right now I'm showing you a gray screen that has the ability to pull a higher white level than a light gray screen. I don't know what else more I can show you. See, red level's a fail. Can't pull right level. All right, this is the last one. Let me see. Right to left, right to left, okay. Let's go back. This might mean black screens have the highest contrast level. So if you want contrast, you have 12s are the ones for it. But 12s can also produce high white levels too. Oops, sorry about that, my bad people. The wrong one. There we go. We get to rewind? Okay, no, the rewind didn't even go through. All right, there we go. You see the color's not picking up proper here. Can't pull contrast for the background. The 12s are designed to do. 12s are designed to pick up heavy contrast levels. But not only that, the colors pop high on 12s, and they can pull the same white levels. Without the white levels, the screen wouldn't be that bright. It'd be impossible. You can see the individual beads of code on the cans, everything. And that's what he's afraid of. This is the reason why he came after the 12 like that. He's terrified of the 12. Yet our product is supposed to be super dark. You can't see it. Right to the bright levels. Here we go. Now, if I wanted to basically dominate the screens, I'd just show contrast levels all day long. And the screens wouldn't be able to stand next to a 12. So from here, we're going to switch from contrast to bright levels. And watch how 12s hold their weight. With Supreme Black. We got several products running on 12. That one, yeah, that's some research and development. And it might not even be that. It may be something completely different. We haven't decided yet. Mind you, we got a year of research to do on this technology, so anything could happen. It could change into something else. We don't know. Let's see what happens. And this is the 12, the black technology. And I'll show you the two screens we have up there right now. They're actually much lighter than my screen. The 12 is able to maintain an amazing level without the screen becoming too dark and unwatchable, as Crow has painted it to be. Our product is so dark you can't see it. And that's his personal mix, that's his UV mix right on my screen. That's good size. I got an 80-inch upstairs in my Japanese tea room. I have an 80-inch in there. It's a good size screen. I'm using an ultra short throw right now upstairs. I think my first screen when I first started off was an 80-inch. I had a BenQ MS500 projector and had an 80-inch screen. And in the kitchen, I got a 50-inch in the kitchen on an ultra short throw. You don't have to have like a giant screen in order, you know what I mean, to enjoy a good image. You don't. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you happy at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. What makes you happy? Because I got 126 there in the window, and I actually watched my screen upstairs, which is an 80-inch, in my bedroom upstairs. I watched that one more than I watch this one now. I'll tell you, biggest mistake I made, I put 150-inch screen in an office. That was the worst idea ever. You know, it's like trying to work on a screen that's 150 inches. Because keep in mind, if you're looking at email, you got to slide your chair all the way to the other side of the room in order to read what the freak you're actually looking at on the other end. Oh, that's a freaking nightmare. I'll never do that one again. That was a bad idea. 150-inch office screen. Didn't work as well as I thought it was. Unless you're sitting in the middle of it. Yeah, I remember that incident. I had a chair. I had to get a chair and I was sliding it back and forth to figure out exactly what was going on the other end because I couldn't see it. I'll tell you what's even more funnier. I had a 90-inch screen and I bought my first ultra short throw and I had it sitting right up against my desk. So I was basically working and I fell asleep and the screensaver activated. My screensaver was an actual fireplace for Christmas. So imagine you waking up groggy and you look up and your wall's on fire. Yeah, that's a very rude awakening. You have what? I want the new PS5. Yeah, everybody wants the new PS5. But the only problem is, man, there's a whole new different way now. They're taking this stuff now. They're using machines now, robots, to take product now and resell it for a higher price. That's a whole. They need to crack down on that. They need to get the FBI involved in that because that's just bogus, man. They're doing it. The graphic cards, anything that becomes a hot seller, they're doing that, and that's messed up. Right? I'm waiting. I'm waiting until summer of 2021 because I want Fable. Fable's coming out for the X series, and I'm gonna go pick the PS5 up later on. When they come up with the VRs or they come up with a slim version of it. I'm in a rush to get it. Right now I'm doing it on PC right now. I'm playing Cyberpunk, which is Cyberpunk? Yeah, 2077. I'm playing it right now on PC. And it's actually running pretty good. Yeah, I hear you. But shoot, that fell right off. But yeah, I just can't. I'm trying to get into this game, you know, trying to give it a chance, but I don't like games that basically give you that A and B option. I hate that crap so much. Yeah, I haven't had a crash yet. I haven't had a crash yet. I'll find out later on today when I put some more time. But that freaking A and B question there, I hate that crap so freaking much. I thought it was gonna be more like Grand Theft Auto, where I can just basically just, you know, you get your missions, you run through the game, you have your fun, but I mean that's just how I like to play it. But the A and B mission, the A and B, like what game was that? That was known for having those options to pop up. I forgot the name of that game. Oh, it's a very popular game too. It's a big time popular game. And I can't think of the name of it. It'll come to me later. But I can't, I don't know. I'll get to it. I want to see what it's like. Besides, I just want to finish the mission so I can play around the open world. All right, well, we're done there. I gotta go pack it up. I gotta get something to eat. I'm having breakfast just now. My son is telling me it is time to eat. All right, so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for taking the time to come in and watch. Just, you know, keeping it real, showing you up front what you're really supposed to be getting, you know what I mean, when it comes to screen paints and how our stuff differs from everybody else. You know, this particular individual, like I said, we've had problems with him, but you know, you're going to be doing unfair demonstrations where you're mixing black paint in to make people's screens look dark. I think that's very, 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 very unprofessional to do stuff like that. I mean, do a fair demonstration. If you're going to do a demonstration, do it fair or don't do it at all. And that's the problems we've been having with them. So, you know, this right here, that technology right there was designed to obsolete screen paint. Like I said, I had no interest in basically going in and doing any gray screen paints. We had no interest in it. We're just going to stick to black technology, darker technology. But he just kept going on and on and on. I said, you know what? You want to talk about how your product is supposed to produce such amazing white levels? Okay, no problem. We'll engineer technology that not only will be darker than your product, but will produce a white level that will blow your screen clean out of the water. And there it is right there. 2 days later, that technology was developed strictly to basically obsolete a screen paint. So, you know, like I said, I'm going to show you some of the dirty stuff this guy's been doing, man. Like this mess right here. Are you kidding me? Now, you just saw my screen just a few minutes ago, right? Doing skin tones, white levels, all that stuff. This is supposed to be our paint. And this is how it's supposed to look. That's how dark our image is supposed to come up. And mind you, I had a personal mix in this UV mix laying against my black screen. And my black screen washed out the screen. But that's how my product is supposed to look. So that's what I'm talking about, the dirty stuff that he does on a day-to-day basis. And not only that, you know, he basically wants to come off and call me a scammer or this, that, and the other. And we caught him. We caught him scamming his customers. We caught him basically, I'll show you that one real quick. Caught him scamming his customers. He's mixing black and white paint together. There's a video that comes up that shows it right there. See right there? Marking this video saying, oh, we're scammers. So this is what I'm talking about, the kind of dirty stuff this individual does. Calls me a scammer. Interesting thing about that theory. Let me see. And you can't find the video, like I said. You can't find it. He deleted the video. You can't find it. And like I said, if you got nothing to hide, why would you delete a video if you have nothing to hide at all? Why get rid of the evidence? We got it. We have it over here. As a matter of fact, it matches, like I said, the personal mix we have over there. It matches that perfectly. This is the video he deleted off his channel. Because in this video, it shows him taking 2 tablespoons of black paint and mix it into white paint. And all I did was just follow the tutorial, just like he did it. Except for only problem I had was I didn't have I had a teaspoon, so I went over to the computer, recorded me going in and getting the calculations on how many teaspoons it takes to make a tablespoon and multiply it by that. Same thing. And this wasn't the same paint. This is old paint that I had some eggshell paint and some other crap down in the basement. I mixed it together and painted it and followed his demonstration to a T. Did his demonstration and he got ticked off over it. Right there, me making it right there in the kitchen. And then here's the we had his whatchamacallit paint, his personal mix. We had it. I had it on an old sample sheet. Sorry about that. We had it on an old sample sheet when we bought his product. Now, mind you, I told you I do unboxings on everything. Anybody knows me know I do unboxings on everything. So we have unboxings of his product over here that when we purchased this product. So the only thing we had left out of the personal mix, we had it painted on a sample sheet. That's all we have left. So that's why I went in to place an order for more paint, and he canceled every last one of our orders. And in his defense, he says, well, I don't do business with scammers. I don't ship to your post office box. Looks funny. I said, so if it looks funny, and I had my post office box for 2 years, you ship product to us in that post office box. We made transactions. That's how we're able to get your items. So that's the screen after I painted it in. And let me show you right here. Go back a little bit more. There's the sample sheet right there. That's when I said, that's when I just painted, and that's the other one right there. And I said they looked exactly freak alike. Let me turn it on a projector. Look how it looks. Same way. Looks exactly the same way. Black levels, contrast levels, all come out the same way. deleted the video because he didn't want it to get out that he put on this big hype about his product having all these technical capabilities to be to produce better images. He sold it. He sold it like it was supposed to be an amazing screen paint, but all the while it was just everyday black and white paint, which means he charged his customers. We paid $104 for it, so $104 we paid for it. And if you really add it up, $17 for a quart of black paint, and maybe $23 for some bare 1050. You make a gallon of it, and the shipping charge don't cost you anything. You just drive up there and pick it up. But go back and try to find the video. You never find it. You deleted the video. Only people only delete stuff if they got something to hide. So I find it interesting that all this time you call us a scammer, and we're supposed to be this, that, and the other, when the whole entire time you were scamming your customers left and right. And the thing about it is too, and I try to explain to people, when you go to our website and you place an order, it will say on your receipt exactly what you ordered. So if you ordered our 12s, it'll say exactly what you ordered. On his eBay channel, it just says Crow something professional screen paint, which means if you want a particular paint from him, like say you want the Frankenstein, you got to email him. You got to email him and request the Frankenstein, which I think is kind of bizarre considering the fact that Facebook has a category, which means you can just open up other categories, what paint you're buying, and put a selection in. He doesn't have a selection. He has, you have to email him. And why is it done that way? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when you buy something, it's going to show up on your receipt, whether you do it through PayPal, credit card, debit card, it's going to show on your receipt, detail of what you ordered. You have no proof that you ordered a Frankenstein from him. It's not on your receipt. What's on your receipt is what you paid for and what was labeled on the site. That's it. So good luck on trying to argue that one down, because you can't prove that you actually bought it, and he can deny it and say he never got it. And some people say, well, I'll send a picture. PayPal doesn't accept pictures due to the fact they're in fear that they may be altered or something like that. Trust me, I've been with PayPal for like over 11 years. So I know other different policies and stuff. Look, both screens faded the same way when it came to contrast. So, you know, when I see stuff like this, the reason why I got into developing this whole field with projection screens to begin with, and I love how he says, get a life. First things first, I went to restaurant school. I studied a month and an internship, and I graduated as in culinary arts. After that, I did dabbling in IT tech for a little bit. So I do have a degree and actually a certified chef. But I got into this field because I'm a tech junkie. I freaking love technology. And my friend had a motorized projection screen. I fell in love with it, and voila, here I am. This is how that all got started. So bottom line is that the reason why I got into the field, because when I tried to get myself a high performance screen, because he had a Grey Wolf. I don't know if you remember Grey Wolf. Grey Wolves were expensive screens. They were $3,000 screens at the time. I couldn't afford a Grey Wolf. And so I asked him, was there anything out there in the market? This is where the YouTube paint came up. There used to be a paint called the YouTube paint. So I went down to Home Depot to make that. So long story short, after doing my research and finding all these companies wanting $4,000 and $5,000, all this money for these projection screens. Who the freak charges that much money for a freaking projection screen? So that's when I decided to even the playing field. That's when I just started developing and doing tests against high performance screens to basically design formulas that would be better than their technology or match their technology to make the price even more better for the customer to be able to afford. That's how I got started in that field. Now, why we already are developing black technology and darkened technologies, why we decided to go in and develop a gray screen, was to get rid of these freaking idiots or people who basically go in and tarnish the name of people who actually work hard in this field to develop good products for. And this stuff right here is freaking, it's black and white paint trying to be passed off as something else. That's why you see no difference when you put it up against my technology. So like I said, that technology is designed to obsolete this stuff, or anybody else that's developing stuff and not putting the test in. And they're mad because they got to put the work in. That's what they're mad about. Yep. Look at this. Took his product, and mind you, now to be fair, you know me in my demonstrations. Not only am I going to show it off on his product right here, but now I'm going to take it and I'm going to stick it on my screen, which I just did a few minutes ago, to show you how you don't want to go down the road of having this product in your house. There you go. That's not even the scary part. That's not even the scary part. You haven't even seen the scary part yet. That's not the scary part. I'm going to show you the scary part right here. This is not even mixing anything. Nothing. I had to mix anything at all to do this one. And nothing. I'm upstairs painting the attic. And those you heard the story before, I was upstairs painting the attic, getting ready to do some. I'm actually customized. I'm putting a little base command upstairs in the attic. So anyway, I'm priming the entire attic in gray, dark gray paint. So I'm looking at this dark gray paint, and I'm like, I wonder, this stuff looks just like a freaking UP mix. I wonder if I put these two together, what would happen? Okay, I'm gonna show you this one right here. So this is the dark gray right there, and that is the dark gray primer I was using to paint the upstairs, and that is the UV mix right there. Let's see if we got the rest one in the kitchen. So this is after I paint the screen. That's me in the kitchen. I'm always in the kitchen doing something. Let's go real close. In the middle of that screen is the screen paint. It's a UV mix in the middle of the screen paint. That's dark gray primer. Like literally had to put nothing the freak in it. Just took it out and poured some out into the paint. I'm gonna show you right here. See that little tab right there? That's his product right there on that little paint tab right there. The green, that's his product right in the middle of that screen. And that is primer. Gray freaking primer. You see it now? Yeah, gray primer. That's what it was. Literally, matched the screen with just everyday dark gray primer. There it is right there in the middle of the screen. See that little green tab? That's his screen right there in the middle. Now, some people are going to say, well, that's not fair because what about your stuff? How about you put that stuff in your stuff? Did that one too. I told you I cover all my basics. So we put it, so we're doing dark gray screens. I painted over my cardboard screen. So let me go show you this real quick. You know, I was kind of like, you didn't even try on that one. You didn't even try to make a mixture out of it. You didn't even try. Let's see. Here we go. This is my screen coated with it. So this happens if you take a dark gray. This is what will happen. See this side right there? That's a platinum eclipse. That right there, that's primer. That's the difference between our technology. If someone were to actually take dark gray primer and try to mimic our screen, it can pull a contrast level. But a platinum eclipse are gray. They're not black. They just need them to read a contrast level. There you go. There's a platinum eclipse right there. That's what color that screen is. It's gray. But you see that black letter pulled up on that screen? Because all my screens have codes in them. There's a difference between my technology and everybody else's. So that's why I pull them down to show you so you can see the screen. There you go. Pull a darker level. That's primer. That's the difference. I'm going to show you something else even crazier. Upstairs in a Japanese tea room. I think I walked all around that house today. Pulled a high enough white level to blend into the primer, but the primer can't pull a contrast level, can't pull proper color. This is our technology here. That's the primer there. Star fill demonstration. This is our screen here. That's primer there. Let me see if I did it on this one. This one right here, here. Let's see. All these demonstrations were done live. There you go. There's the primer right there, painted on the board. It's the board we use to match crow's paint or UV mix. That's crow's sample right there. That's his UV mix. That's the primer. This is actually platinum eclipse technology. There you go. Told you, it matched perfectly. Even in every color we hit, it matched perfectly. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you, just to be nice, because like I said, I could tell you what that was primer was. It has a special name to it, but it matches a UV mix perfectly. Star fill demonstration. So yeah, even scamming people. And now if you ask them right now, hey, how about you make that free mix that you got off the internet, and how about you match that next to the Cinemax or the personal mix, just to see what would happen. He's not going to do it, because he knows darn well what it is. It's black and white paint. That's what you guys are getting scammed on. That's primer. That's gray, dark gray primer. That's all that is. And this right here is black and white paint. That's all it is. Want to show some difference. All right, I hope you all enjoyed the demonstration. Give you a bit of an eye open, see what you're exactly getting yourself into. And like I said, anytime he starts running his mouth, just ask him the question. How about you make that do-it-yourself mix with that 2 tablespoons, mix it together, and put it against your personal mix. Or put it against any one of your other screens and see how well they come close to matching each other. Actually, they kind of, like I said, it's up to you. I mean, it's up to you on how you want to do it, but I'm not going to say that, you know. I'll say if they matched very close, but that's if everybody has their own opinion. But it just allows you to see what you're getting yourself into. It's $107 that he's charging you for his product, and then turn around, you just go down there and just pay the 17 bucks and just get the primer. That's it. You know what I mean? But that's why when I show you that stuff, I can't just show you that stuff and then don't do it to myself. I have to do the same thing I did to him, I have to do it to myself. So that's why I took the Platinum Eclipse, which is a dark gray screen, and I do that stuff on my screen just to show you, look, my stuff doesn't sit in that category. So, you know, it's unfair if I just do his stuff. That's unfair. I did my stuff too, just to show you the difference. And then put his stuff next to my stuff and did it all together. But again, like I said, you got to be careful what you buy. And this is the reason why we're developing this technology, so people don't get cheated. All right. Thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless. Oh, I got to ask real quick. Proceeds to our platinum screens, actually not platinum screens, proceeds to the new technology and the blue. We're actually going to be donating money for charity with that. So bottom line is we're going to try to give back, because you know people have done so much to help our company out, and I feel it's only right to basically give back to people who need it more. When I go basically buy my projectors, I try to find projectors that are actually by the Goodwill, and I buy those projectors right there because I know the money goes to help somebody out. So that's what we're going to start doing. Right now, I need to get on the phone with that right now. I need to find me a couple of charity groups so we can actually start giving some proceeds too from what we make to help these people out. All right, thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day, and I gotta go.